Hello guys, hope you are enjoying the new content. Sorry, that is an alarm clock. If you just bear with me 1 second. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so where was I? Hopefully you are enjoying the new course content. In this video, we're actually going to be talking about yen pairs and specifically Euro JPY. Now, I know quite a few of you do work jobs. Um, And if you're looking for a pair that moves really, really nice towards the end of the day, then yen pairs are kind of the pairs you want to be focusing on. I mean, you can just see here to start with, um, this is on the H4. So within the last two candles of the day, sorry if I get on the candlestick chart, in the last two candles of the day, this is when you do get quite a decent little move, a little pullback. You see there, last two candles of the day, a decent move for you usually to actually catch, at least 5 to 6 R just from these little two candles, from the last two candles of the day. Okay, see, 2 o'clock taps up and you get into the move there. So we're actually going to go over yesterday's price action. Okay, so focusing on the last two candles. So we're going to write down the steps just so people can make sure they understand. So the first thing we're going to be looking for is H4 MSR, then a 15M UM. Okay, from there, we're looking at a H1 MSNR level. This doesn't miss. I'll talk about why this doesn't have to have a miss very shortly. From there, we're looking for a 15M slash 5M LC, and entry is simply on 1M LC ENG. Okay, very, very simple. That's pretty much it. Okay, this is a thing as well. This is focusing a lot on liquidity, especially liquidity candles. I do feel like we did actually kind of move away from lit trading and focusing on it. And oh, I've actually forgotten one there. Okay, again, daily. Yeah, so I felt like we did actually move away a little bit too much from lit trading and lit techniques, which is quite a core component why a lot of you did join this group. Obviously being a lit awakening student, um, I was kind of a little bit took up in MSNR. I felt like I was just focusing on it a little bit too much and disregarding actual liquidity. So with that being said, we are still using MSNR for bias. We're still using it for, to kind of see where we can position ourselves best in the trades. However, when it comes to actually getting in the trades, we're just focusing a lot more on liquidity candles, where these retail traps actually might be, and entering after they've been taken out. So let's get on. So step one is H4 MSNR. So we've got a few levels here. Keep in mind that we probably reacted from this here or this here in the morning. Let's have a look. Or maybe something not too clear there. EJ can be quite wicky, so maybe we reacted something on the daily. Possibly, yeah. Yet again, not too important. We're not focusing on the shorts, we're focusing on the longs. Okay, so Here you can see that we've got this really nice H4 level, and it actually coincides with Asia range low as well. Now keep in mind that this Asia range low is also a liquidity candle, so that's also a really good confluence to have here. One thing I do actually like to talk about as well is these flip level just before we turn from bearish to bullish. You can see here that we had a gap flip level, and this is kind of what we reacted from as well. So either way, we're now going to hop down to the 15-minute. Okay, so another really, really, really nice thing that I like about this trade, okay, is this here. So we created a higher time frame smart money trap. Okay. Okay, we create that retail trap. And then from there, if we go on the line chart, we've had this QM here. Okay. Allow till. So we've had an LQG, liquidity grab, and a QM above. Okay. So we're now technically bullish from this zone. However, does this mean that we are going to just start shooting off from here? Could do, yes, but not necessarily, because keep in mind that we actually do have this retail trap. So we've had a H4 MSNR and we've had a 15-minute QM. So now what could we identify as a possible daily template for this? Well, we've taken out the liquidity high here. Okay, we've taken out Asia high, taken out a really nice liquidity candle, smart money trap. We've then come down, okay, and we've taken out the low. Okay, and now we've had a QM here, so this could be a potential whipsaw, okay? Remember the daily schematics, we come up like so, we come down, and then we come up. So this could be a possible daily whipsaw. Now, it doesn't mean this whipsaw is going to continue into the day. It could just be an Asia Mona Lisa break. Sorry, I'm getting a bit confused listing all of them there. Could be just a Mona Lisa with a retracement into New York. It could just be that, but this could also have the potential to come and take this out. So we just need to keep that in mind. Okay. So with this being said, we've done MSNR, we've done QM, we've done identify possible daily templates. Because keep in mind, these daily templates aren't 100%. They're just possible variables that could happen. The next one is H1 MSNR. Okay, so let's have a look. Pop up to the H1, and we can all pretty much see that we've got this level here. Okay. So we've got the H1 MSNR. Now, do we here on the 15-minute currently have an engulfing, which, sorry, not an engulfing, a liquidity candle, which is on a vertex, like on a little point, not on here. On the 5-minute, yes, we do. Okay. We keep that there. Now, keeping that in mind, do we have any entry? And we don't, not yet. So I would be kind of using my experience here in saying as well, I'd probably wait to see this get taken. I wouldn't be too confident in any longs to actually go higher. And you can see price actually takes that there, and we dive a lot deeper. Okay, so in turn, we've taken a 5-minute liquidity candle and this 15-minute liquidity candle on that retail trap. So for me, I'd be very happy to now look for longs. One thing I am quite passionate about as well is how do we actually take liquidity? Have we been having big pullbacks? So for example, if we were to be doing something like this, pulling back, coming down, pulling back, coming down, or are the pullbacks that we're having, are they just little pullbacks? Like so, we're coming down, little pullbacks coming down. Now, for me, I would say that this is quite impulsive to the downside. I mean, if we have a look at the candles, analyze the candles, these up movement candles are a lot shorter, and these down movement candles are a lot more intrusive, impulsive, really, really obnoxious downwards candles that are actually putting in the shift to actually liquidate this retail trap. So for me, I would say this is a clear, valid inducement into them lows. Now, all that's really left is to look for the entry, and as people with keen eyes can see, you can see that we've got this liquidity candle plus engulfing. Now, whether you're going to enter on the engulfing or the liquidity candle, that's up to you. I believe you don't get tagged in here on the liquidity candle. So maybe that is a characteristic of Euro Japanese yen that we don't what do you call it? Come back to the liquidity candles. Yeah, again, just something you actually are gonna have to test, because some pairs do come back to liquidity candles, some they go on the engulfing. And then as you can see, where would a sensible target for this be? I mean, we could actually look here to target for a next H4 zone. Okay, so if we have a quick look, where's our next zone? Okay, it will be here. Okay, go back to 1 minute. And that would give you a 6-hour trade. So this is what I mean. These kind of trades, they are giving you usually a 5 to 6-hour trade. And here price moves off very nicely. Great thing is as well with these Japanese yen pairs, they are quite impulsive. So, you might be saying, well, a 5 pip stop loss, that's quite big compared to, if you trade in EU. I mean, it's not big, but it's 3 extra pips. And you see this here, this is 37 pips. So you're still getting a decent push up. Just not 37, sorry, 34 pips. As you can see, price absolutely smashes this. Very, very easy. So once again, some really, really good confluences for this trade. We even took some session lows here. This was a session low. I'm sure if I put on timings, actually, I don't think I've got them on this one. But if we have a look at the time, what time did we liquidate this? On a magic minute time. So round about 2:30, US UTC, UTC +1 at 2:30, we should expect a liquidation or a mitigation, and that pretty much does it to the T. So this really was an amazing trade to take. I feel like there was a similar one on Euro USD. But obviously I spent most of the day yesterday perfecting this method, making sure I got everything in place for you guys to actually go and trade it today. Now, if you actually have any questions on this method, feel free to shoot me a message in the question thing. I'll be very happy to answer. One final thing, just to not to leave it on a bad note, but just please keep an eye at the rules. Speaking to other people in negative manners won't be tolerated. I have seen a couple of things in the group chats about that. At the end of the day, this is a place for you guys to learn to actually become profitable and actually make some money in the markets, like myself. So just try to keep all messages positive, and if you are flapping it about the challenges and you are wondering whether I am actually passing them, don't worry, I actually am. I wasn't well for a couple of weeks, pretty much a month. It was quite a rough month behind the scenes. So I'm feeling 100% better and ready to smash it. Like at the moment, I'm so motivated. My work rate is like through the roof. So yeah, that's oh, on that note, it's time to go and get a shower, make some breakfast, and yeah, I'll see you guys in London session.